Hey everybody, my name is Jess Corey. I am Director of Team Sweet Scents Divine. I wanted to go ahead and talk to you today about my paint and sniff events. These are something that I ended up creating as thinking outside of the box as I try to do to create something interesting, something different. So I've always been pretty big on theme events like 80s, rocking 80s night, ugly sweater parties, Halloween parties, anything kind of crazy. I'm always trying to be different with events. But I was thinking to myself, what about these new paint things that are going around? Like in my town, there's these paint on tap and paint and sip events going on where everybody is signing up and going to do these paint things, and you see it all over Facebook. I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. I'm creative. I've got canvases and paints and all that stuff at home. I love to draw. I love to do all that stuff. So why couldn't I maybe incorporate this into some of my Scentsy events? And we'll call it a paint and sniff. So that's exactly what I had done. And I'm going to tell you guys how I kind of go about it, what I use, where I get it from, and kind of how to get started with it all. I will say I'm pretty excited that we had a wonderful star director who reached out to me regarding these paint events. And she ended up doing a home show with Jason Harwood and his family, and they ended up painting one of the paintings that I had done. I gave her a wonderful instructional to go ahead and try to recreate for her, and I thought that was pretty neat. It was pretty cool. She sent me photos as proof, so they did an amazing job. I think they had lots of fun too, so it was kind of neat to see that that's how far my paint and sniffs have gotten. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to flip the camera around, I'm going to show you what I have for setups, what I do, where I get it from. Alright, so I'm going to show you my basic setup. So these are some of the paint projects that we've done. This was one of my first ones. This is the one that Jason Harwood ended up doing. So I ended up doing an instructional, sent it the consultant's way, and she recreated it with Jason, and they had a great time. I do have photos for proof. So again, these are just so fun. Again, these are just some little designs that we've done, some of the few. This bag right here, I ended up getting it as like a 31 exclusive item when I hosted a party for them. And this is what I tote all my canvas stuff around in. The front pocket holds a few things, and then the whole inside really holds everything that I need. This is my setup for when people walk in and they sit down. You want to have a table covering over the person's table because you don't want to get acrylic paint on their table. It is a pain to clean up. It does not clean up very easily. So always bring some of these coverings. You can get them at the dollar store for super, super cheap, or even the Dollar Tree, which is they're just $1 in general. So stock up on these and have them in your bag. Then you want, obviously, these canvases. So the canvases, I do a majority of my shopping on Amazon. I have Amazon Prime, so everything is off of Amazon. Actually, kind of except these canvases. They're the same exact price at my Ocean State job lots where I live. So I ended up just buying them at Ocean State when I need them. I just get them as soon as I need them. They're always stocked up for me. So these are you get 10 canvases for $15, and these are 8x10s. Disposable aprons, you don't want these people getting acrylic on their clothes. So these disposable aprons are super cheap. They come in a big box worth, and they last me quite a while. So you want to get them disposable aprons and put that on top of the canvas. You do want to get napkins. Now I use dinner napkins because they are thicker and more durable. Don't use these ones, get like the dinner napkins ones. I literally ran out for my last party, and I'm just doing this event quick, this video quick for you guys. But yes, I use the dinner napkins because they're thicker. You want a set of brushes. Now these brushes I just got, this is like the teacher edition for schools. So it's a pack of 30. And there's 6 different types of brushes. So you get 5 brushes of each size. So I ended up getting a bunch of these. I got these off of Amazon as well. And a plate. I used to use these. I do not anymore because it is a pain to clean. I don't like having to rinse things out. I'm not gonna rinse it out in people's sinks and dirty their sinks, so I would bag it up, I'd get home and put it out in my slop sink, rinse it out, or sometimes I forget to rinse it out because it was so late at night, It's just a pain. You can get these super cheap if you want to use them. I don't. These are wonderful. These are disposable. Just get paper plates or these foam plates, you guys, and use them for your paint pots, okay? And then you want a cup of water. And then I just fill the water about up to here so it's not super full. People are gonna make a complete mess everywhere. The paints I use are these acrylic paints. See, exactly, you tip those right over. So these are the acrylic paints that I use. So I get the Sargent Art acrylic paint, and these ones, again, on Amazon, they come in bulk. And these ones you can get at Ocean State. You can also get these on Amazon. I've purchased this on Amazon, but it's also great in a pinch if I have a specific painting I need to do and I might not have a color, that I can run to Ocean State and they might have it available for me. So these ones are pretty much around town. These ones are great on Amazon if you can find them. Again, this is pretty much all of my paints that I use and all the time. Now, you'll see a bag here in the back. This is how I get set up. So I will go ahead at home and I will paint a picture first before I bring it to the party. And when I do, I bag up all the paints that I needed, again, just so nothing spills. I have them bagged up and then I'll place them in my bag to take with me. So I know I have all the paints and everything I need because I don't want to travel this whole entire thing with me everywhere. So grab what you need. You're only doing like a small dollop of paint for each color. If people need more, they can always get more, but start small so you're getting more bang for your buck out of these. I do charge for these. I charge $5, and the reason why, because I would literally go broke if I did this. Especially the startup cost is kind of costly. The brushes are very expensive to get started with. These are not super expensive brushes, but because you need so many, the startup cost is quite big. So if you're not quite in a spot to kind of do that yet, then wait until you are. But I do find that these have taken off. So I do get the $5, and why? And exactly the amount that it costs me anyways to purchase all this stuff. I mean, from the plates to the cups to the aprons to the canvases to these to the paints that we're going to be using to all the brushes, because eventually these are going to need to be replaced, to all the napkins I use. I found out that about $5 is a good average amount, even if I'm charging a little under. $5 is great, because if I charged more and I made money out of this, I would have to consider this another business, and I don't want to do that. So this way here, I am eating, like, there's no profit at all. I might be even eating a lot of this extra cost. Keep all of your receipts just in case, but I do pretty much always get paid in cash with this. Everybody gives me $5 in cash. So it's not like I'm going to be depositing all these checks and everything into the bank where the IRS can be like, whoa, where did you get all this extra money from? But this way here, I'll have all of my receipts, so then I can say, hey, you know, this is what it was for, and it's completely written off. They paid for their product, I just picked it up for them, so to speak. So anyways, you don't want to make any more, you don't want to profit from this part. So what I do is I sit everybody down, they have their settings, and we go over just like the beginning of a party, and everybody introduces themselves, and we do it kind of like a fun way, just so everybody can lighten up and have a little bit of fun. If they're drinking their wine or whatever they're doing too, that obviously makes it more fun too, especially that paint. But everybody's starting to have fun and getting to know each other around the table, and then I'll start my instructional. I break down my paintings into easy steps, pretty much shapes. I'll start with shapes and work that way. So you really kind of need to enjoy what you're doing and be able to break down a painting into steps for somebody else. If you're not good at that, then maybe stencils will work well for you, or again, the rock painting would be best because everybody can just do their own thing. You can even buy the canvases and just have people kind of do their own thing, or again, just stencils would work probably well too. And while the paint dries, certain steps of certain colors I can't put over a color before it dries, so I'll go ahead and I'll pick an item, we'll talk about it, pass it around the table. I'll put scents in the middle of the table, so if somebody's finished painting a certain thing before somebody else is, because you are going to have stragglers, they can smell all of the scents in the middle of the table to keep themselves busy. So I do that. And like I said, I try to keep these to 2 hours max. Obviously things like this, they're very detailed. It can take 2 hours, but mainly it takes 2 hours because you have so many people that need the instructions, that take their time, that, you know, might not be as quick as you or quick as other people to paint a painting. So you also want to make sure that you're painting stuff that is super easy. Like this is kind of a little elaborate that we ended up doing, but it wasn't a problem. You want to do things that are super easy, that people can recreate and you can instruct easily, because there's going to be all levels of people there of artistic. So make sure it's going to be fun for them and not crazy to the point where they just are frustrated with it. So this is something that I do. I have a lot of fun with it. I really am booking myself up a lot. And it's just something different that we can go out and we can share our Scentsy products with. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Oh, how do I get my ideas? Probably. I do search a lot of Pinterest, and I'll let them know, hey, you know, I found some of this stuff on Pinterest. Wondering if you'd like it, and I usually will search for stuff that I can easily recreate or redo, and I'll just say, hey, you know, if we'll change a couple things on it so we can kind of make it our own, and I'll let the host choose, and or she can create an event, and the customer or the guests can go ahead and they can vote on what they would like to paint, and whichever gets the most votes is what we're going to be painting that evening. So I hope you got a lot of great information out of this tutorial. I hope you have lots of fun with your new paint events, and remember not to overpack yourself full of products. Make sure you're just bringing in what you would to a normal home party. Should be a bag of things, of the top items, some of the things that the host really wants to see, some of the great things that you want to share. Keep it small, still play a little game, have some booking games, and have some fun with it. Do your instructional, and at the end pass out your clipboards and whatever you do, and then sit down and I'll check everybody out, so then I can really kind of talk to them one-on-one about booking parties, joining the opportunity, and possibly upselling their orders. So again, have fun with this. I would love to see all your posts on Facebook, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye guys.